and the Philistines are covering the face of the earth. He said, Saul, God has rejected you. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. You don't think God's been in politics?
Yeah.
Saul was a king chose of man. God already had one in the making by the name of David.
Yeah.
And He's going to set Saul down and put David in charge.
Amen.
He said, seeing that God has rejected you, God has refused you, He said, it won't be long till you'll be with me. Amen.
Yeah.
You know what Saul was doing? He was looking for answers in the wrong places. But bless God, he'd got himself in a shape that he couldn't get no answers from God.
Amen.
And you can get yourself in that shape that
Amen.
you won't get no answers from
Amen.
God. I don't care how much you cry, beg, and plead. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of God. Don't you play with God like a toy.
Amen.
Amen. You can come to the place that you'll sear your conscience with a hot iron.
Amen.
Amen. There's a time when God will turn you over to a reprobate. And when you get a reprobate mind, you're done for. You're doomed. Amen. You're on your way to a devil's head.
Amen.
Be careful where you look for answers to your questions, your problems, your situations. Okay? Now I'm going to give you this and I'm going to try to close, okay? Jesus has the answer to all things.
Amen.
Amen. He has an answer for every situation. All of them, I didn't finish my testimony last night. I've been so upset about this COVID thing and all this stuff that's going on. God in heaven knows that I would not bring anything in here to you people. Amen.
Amen.
If I thought I was infected, if I thought you might catch something with me, I wouldn't be here. I was over in the middle of that creek yesterday, and I was praying to God. I said, God, I want to know. I said, I've got to have an answer.
Yes.
I'm not going back over there until you give me an answer. I said, Lord, am I a danger to anybody? This is what he told me. I didn't tell this last night. A few months ago, all this COVID stuff going on, I hadn't got to preach revival. I like to preach revival maybe 1 or 2 a year. I'm a pastor. I'm not leaving my church and going all over this country, amen, and preach revival. God called me to be a pastor, not an evangelist. An evangelist can't pastor. And a pastor can't evangelize. I ain't leaving my church with any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. Amen. No, sir. I'm the shepherd of that flock. God sent me there to pastor.
Amen.
I'm going to be a pastor as long as I'm able.
Amen.
When I get to where I ain't able, I'm going to give her up. I've been pastor 38 years. Amen. Been saved 41 years. God got on my trail and run me for 2 years before I surrendered to preach the gospel.
Amen.
You talk about rocks in your bed, Brother Richard.
Yes.
Amen. You talk about restless nights and sleepless nights. When God calls you to preach, you better preach.
Amen.
Amen. There's 1 or 2 things you'll do. You'll preach a backslide.
Amen.
Amen. I was over that creek just all stressed out and aggravated, and I said, God, I need an answer. I mean, I didn't talk to him like I'm preaching, okay? I talked to him humble.
Amen. Yes.
I said, Jesus, I need an answer. You get down humble like a little child.
Yeah. Come on.
God will bless you.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
I've got a great granddaughter. Every time I pull up, she'll come running, Paw, Paw. And she'll throw her arms around about my waist. She can't get no higher. And she'll say, I love you, Paw.
Yeah.
That tears my heart out.
Yeah.
Amen?
Yeah.
That tears my heart out.
What's yours?
Y'all ain't never heard of this old preacher by the name of Billy Calhoun, have you? Amen. Huh? Old brother Billy said when them grandchildren do him like that, he said, it tears me up.
Yeah.
He said, I'll be in the car, and said, they're out there saying, love you, Papa. I love you, Papa. Yeah. He said, Lord, if that gets my heart, he said, wonder what it do to Jesus.
Amen.
He said, every now and then, he said, I look up and start blowing Jesus kisses and tell him I love you.
Yes. Yes. Amen.
I've passed him on the interstate, son. I'm telling you, hands off the steering wheel, praising God and shouting the praise of God. Amen. Except you become as humble as one of these,
Yeah.
you'll in no wise enter in
Amen.
the kingdom of God.
Right.
Hello?
Amen. Yeah.
He said in understanding be men.
Yeah.
He said, but in malice be children.
Amen.
Robbie's got a house full of them brats over
Amen.
Robbie, they'll fight one minute and play the next one.
Yes, sir.
Amen. Mom and Daddy stay out of the picture, leave them alone. There's neighbors, there's families that fell out over because of a kid's squabble.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. Won't be long, they'll be back playing with them. Mom and Dad sitting over there holding a grudge and won't even speak to their neighbors. Amen.
Amen.
We got people in church like that.
Amen.
He said you're to love your neighbor as yourself.
Amen.
I'm going to quit. Jesus is the answer to all things.
Yes.
First Timothy, you don't have to turn there. I got mine marked. When I can't quote it word for word, I mark it so I can read it.
Good.
And I get it right, okay?
Right.
I didn't mark this, but I'm going to find it. I know where it's at.
Bless you, Charles.
It's like Prego. I know it's in there. Amen.
Yes.
I said I know it's like Prego because it's in there. Amen.
Bless you, Charles.
Bear with me just a second. I'm trying to close. Singers, y'all start getting ready. Timothy chapter. Oh, Lord. First Timothy
Bless you, Charles.
chapter 6 and verse 6. He said, but godliness with contentment.
It's a great game.
Great game.
Amen. Yeah.
For we brought nothing into this world,
It's certain.
and it is certain we're not carrying nothing out.
Amen.
He said, and having food and raiment, let us therewith be content. Be therefore content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare and many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction.
Yeah.
I didn't mention this, but a new fine home is not the answer.
Right.
A new automobile is not the answer.
Yeah.
A banking account when you've got all that you want is not the answer.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I visited a man in the hospital one time. Black lung had eat him up. He couldn't breathe. And he'd watched what he done with his money, his wealth.
Uh-huh.
He told me there in that hospital, he said, Pastor, he said, I've got a lot. He said, I'd give everything that I've got
Yeah.
if I could draw just one good deep breath.
Amen. Yeah.
I'd give it all if I could just breathe one good deep breath. Money can't buy that.
Yeah, man.
So quit looking for that to be an answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this up. Singers, y'all getting ready, ain't you? Huh?
Thank you, Charles.
Well, you ain't on your feet yet. I don't know if you're getting ready or not. Amen. Woo! Remember that message I preached? Now ready?
Yeah.
We need to get now ready. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. I'm getting out of the way. Okay? Lord, bear with me. I got me a brand new Bible. I'm having a hard time breaking this thing
Thank you,
in.
Charles.
I am. I really am.
Yeah.
I've got to start breaking me one in because the one I've been carrying for 10 years is gone for. Okay. I'm now ready, but I ain't got there yet. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 10.
Charles.
He that will love life
Yeah.
and see good days,
Yeah.
let him refrain his tongue from evil and his lips that they speak no guile.
Yeah.
Let him eschew evil, that means get away from it, and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayer.
Amen.
But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
Yeah.
Amen. Where you looking for your answer at?
Amen. Charles. Come on.
Amen.
Yeah.
If you're looking anywhere outside of this,
Yeah.
you're looking for answers in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over here on this altar and cool down.
Mr. Charles.